Two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It follows Eagles going up against Lutz Colts.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right. At the 20. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, now it's the safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now Wentz throwing on second down. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Throwing on first is Wentz. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Play fake to Blount. Now it's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jabal Sheard not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Margus Hunt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So the D-line's going to spread out. And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out. Stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. To throw is Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's got Rodgers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Now a first down throw. Luck. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vinny Curry in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On second down, here's Luck. Moncrief brings it in. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and long. It's Luck. And this is Moncrief with a catch. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And how about Avate Vaitai, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed.
Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Back to the air on second down. Wentz trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. In motion, the tight end. After the interception, it's Love. His throw caught right around the 6. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 3-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on second down is Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dante Moncrief from a yard out. And the Colts are in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. On second down, here's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They go play action here on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll run again with Blunt. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal. Now Wentz. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Play clock winding down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now Mack. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll fake it. Now Luck. A bullet throw, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there. They are going for it. It's Luck. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get 19 yards there. And the Colts are going to have a first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
where they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Witt's going to give this one to Blunt. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Margus Hunt in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Here's Donnie Jones now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Shift together here from the D-line. In motion goes the tight end. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Vinny Curry in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. He's going to fire one deep open. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to take over. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He's got LeGarrette Blount. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. A very solid gain of 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the red zone now, Wentz being chased out left. 11 more on that one and another first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey from 8 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case,
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Throwing is Luck. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. In motion left goes Moncrief. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Wentz now on 1st down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Henry Anderson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And now look at him go. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play. A turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, it's go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Margus Hunt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
That one goes for 24 yards. Back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
And now a first down following that long gain. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Blunt will get the football. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
One last throw here for Luck. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night, everybody, from Indianapolis.